සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විද්‍යාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවා බුද්ධං ජීවිතං යාව නිබ්බානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ස්වාක්ඛාතෝ භගවතා ධම්මෝ සම්දිත්තිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒහි පස්සිකෝ ඕපනයිකෝ පච්චත්තං වේදිතබ්බෝ විඤ්ඤෝහිති ධම්මං ජීවිතං යාව නිබ්බානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ඥාය පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ යතිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුග්ගලායේස භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ දක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති සංඝං ජීවිතං යාව නිබ්බානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සබ්බඨානි සුපතිත්ථිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධිං බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදායිච්ඡේව මච්ඡන්ත නමස්සනීයං නමස්සමානෝ රතනත්‍රයං යං පුඤ්ඤාභිසන්දං විපුලං අරහතං දස්සානුභාවේන හතං යස්ස මූලේ නිසින්නෝව සබ්බාරි විජයං අකාපන්තෝ සබ්බං යුතං සත්තා වන්දේ තං බෝධිපාදපං ඉමේ හේතේ මහා බෝධි ලෝකනාථේන පූජිතා අහං පිතේ නමස්සාමි බෝධි රාජා නමස්තුතේ ඝනසාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමලං සිනාති ලෝකදීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුත්තේන ධූපේනාහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුද්දමං වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝදුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලභාමි මොක්ඛං උප්පං විලායාති යථායි ධම්මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භාවං සුගන්ධං සීතලං කප්පං පසන්න මధుරං පානීයමේතං භගවා පටිගන්නාතු මුද්දම අදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ විලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පටිගන්නාතු මුද්දම අදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ සබ්බං සද්ධාය පූජිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පටිගන්නාතු මුත්තම කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයාකතං පංචයං කමමේ බන්තේ පුරිපඤ්ඤ තථාගත කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අජ්ජයං කමමි ධම්ම සම්දිත්තික අකාලික කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අජ්ජයං කමමි සංඝ සුපටිපන්න අනුත්තර කුසලේන යන්තං සම්තං පදං අபிසමිච්ඡ සංඝෝ ජෝච සෝජෝච සුවජෝචස්ස මුදුවනති මානි සන්තොස්සකෝච සුභරෝච අප්පකිච්ඡෝච සල්ලහුක බුද්ධි සම්පින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අප්පගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනනුගින්දෝ නච කුන්දං සමාචරේ කිංචේන විඤ්ඤෝ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හොන්තෝ සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා ඒකේචිපාන භෝතත්ති තසාවාතාවරාවානවසේසා දීඝාවායේ මාන්තාවා මජ්ජිමාරස්සකානුකතෝ නාදින්දාවායේ රාදින්දායේ ජදුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේ සීවා සම්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකොබ්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කංචි ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිඝ සංඥානාන්‍ය මඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතායතානියං පුත්තං ආයුසායේක පුත්ත මනුරග්ගේ එවං දිසබ්බ භූතේසු මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තං ච සබ්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං උත්තං අධෝච තිරියං ච අසම්පාදං අවේරං අසපත්තං විත්තං කරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ වායාවතස්ස වෙගත මිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිත්තේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං නිදමාහෝ දිට්ඨිං ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවාදස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ ආමේසු විනය්‍යගේදං නහි ධාතු ගබ්බසෙයං පුනරේති තේන සච්ච වච්චේන සුත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්බදා තේන සච්ච වච්චේන සුත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්බදා තේන සච්ච වච්චේන සුත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්බදා සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ නක්ඛත්යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපක්ඛ නිවාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන මන්තු තේ සම්මුපද්දවේ නක්ඛත්යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපක්ඛ නිවාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන මන්තු තේ සම්මුපද්දවේ නක්ඛත්යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපක්ඛ පස්සානුභාවේන හන්තු තේ සම්මුපද්දවේ ආකාසට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහින්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක සාසනං ආකාසට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහින්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा චිරං රක්ඛන්තු දේශනං ආකාසට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහින්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा චිරං රක්ඛන්තු මං පරං ඉදම්මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ඉදම්මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ඉදම්මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉදං මේ පුඤ්ඤං ආසවක්ඛයා වහං හෝතු සබ්බ දුක්ඛා පමුච්චතු.
Special Bus Program of Dharma Vijaya Buddhist Vihara. The rainy season of this year will be from July 5th through October 3rd, 2020. Dharma Vijaya Buddhist Vihara will conduct chanting in Pali and Dhamma talks in English and Sinhalese on selected suttas in the Sangyutta Nikaya, online from 7 to 8 p.m. throughout the season. Sangha members will chant Dhammacakka Sutta every Sunday during this rainy season, and Dhamma talks will be conducted on all other days of the week. Today, Monday, July 6th, we will be hosting our Dhamma talk. Mrs. Pushpalata Gunasekara, together with her daughter Indira Gunasekara, her sons Rahula Gunasekara, Varuna Gunasekara, and her daughter-in-law Ishendra Fernando, is joining and sponsoring today's Dharma Deshna in VAS Program 2020. They hope to gain good karma and bestow merits to departed relatives. May all the departed relatives of Mrs. Pushpalata Gunasekara's family receive the merits which we gain today by listening to sermons and sponsoring this valuable event. May all the departed ones, by the name of Pushpalata Gunasekara and her family, and all the followers of today's sermon, have happy lives until they attain supreme bliss of nirvana.
Good evening. This is Dharma Vijaya Buddhist Vihara, Los Angeles. In this rainy season, Vasana season, our temple, our monks, with our devotees together, going to have a special services. This time, as requested by our devotees, Venerable Sangha members plan to chant selected Samsuttas Samyutta Nikaya. In our temple, present moment, we have only 5 monks. Venerable Kalyanavansa, Bamravani Kalyanavansa Mahathera in Sri Lanka, he could not come because this corona season. He may join soon, due time he may join with us. Also, we do have here Venerable Professor Gonadini Panyaratana Mahathera, also Venerable Kadupulande Dhammajoti Mahathera, Vanduradini Somisara Thera, again Higgoda Sumangala Thera. However, Higgoda Sumangala Thera going to join Mr. Isuru Madhushan Silva, join with together, they're going to do support in technological side. Whenever time has, then Venerable Sumangal also join with us. Today, in my first day introduction, I have to talk 2 things. Number 1, what is the Tripitaka? Tripitaka means, as you know, our Lord Buddha have been teaching India over 45 years. In his discourses, he taught to many type of people. Sometimes he taught the kings, sometimes he taught to the ministers, bankers, Brahmins, educated people, uneducated people, common folks, farmers, then even children, so forth. Many type of people were his disciples. When our Lord Buddha's teaching to them different way, different techniques he used. When he talked to the high educated Brahmins, he talked in the philosophy. When he talked to the children, like a children way, language using whatever they can understand way, he approached them. Therefore, Buddha's teaching is a very remarkable thing. Even the Western high educated people think is the real greatest methods. We should use even the common time. Again, our Lord Buddha's teaching, this 45 years he taught one. Before even Buddha passed away, even Buddha's time, Buddha want to organize, properly preserve and continue to his teaching. Therefore, at that time, even Buddha's time, Buddha's teaching divide according to classification mentioned by the Buddha himself. Sutta, Geya, Vyakarana, Gata, Udana, Itiuttaka, Jataka, Abhuta Dhamma, Vedalla, like that 9 way mentioned, classified 9 ways. This sutta mean there are the short, medium and long discourses. Then the Geya mean these are discourses mixed with the Gatha. Vyakarana exposition, the whole Abhidhamma Pitaka discourses also included. Gatha, these included verses like a Dhammapada. Then the Udana, there are the some joyful utterances. Then Itiuttaka, there are the 112 discourses with the connected with the praises. Jataka, 547 parables. Abhuta Dhamma, there are the few discourses that deal with the wonderful things explaining to the common folks. Vedalla, there are the parables as well as principal discourses such as Chulla Vedalla, Mahavedalla in Majjhima Nikaya. That is the way even Buddha's time really organized to preserve Buddha's teaching. When Buddha's Parinibbana, after 3 months later, Venerable Mahakassapa managed to organize Sangha Council, first Sangha Council. Of course, Venerable Ananda, Venerable Upali, Anuruddha, so forth, other Sangha members, 500 full enlightenment Sangha members were that Sangha Council. And that Sangha Council, Buddha's teaching, of course, we know, it is philosophy, it is way of life, as well as religions. These all got together, combined together. This Sangha Council could organize Sutta, Vinaya, these through 2 Pitakas. Venerable Upali, one by one, explained to us the rules and regulations, the Vinaya Pitaka. Very interesting. If you go through the Vinaya Pitaka, I don't have time to explain how, say, in our Maha Sangha, especially Mahakassapa, asking 5 questions all the time, every Vinaya rules. Then the second one is a very difficult one. It is called Sutta Pitaka. Venerable Ananda had the greatest memory, of course, when he accepted Buddha as his attendant. One of condition was, wherever Buddha gave any sermon, if Venerable Ananda is absent, Buddha have to come back, teach him that sutta. That way he had the greatest memory, he keep in all suttas uttered, Evang me suttan, thus I heard, like that he gave that sermons. Then is the first council, Venerable Mahasangha or Arahat Sangha, very well organized how to preserve Tripitaka, how they did. Some of greatest teachers asked, you are the responsible, you are the leader to preserve Digha Nikaya, long suttas. You have to memorize. Not only you have to teach some of your student, disciple to memorize by heart. We call Digha Banaka. Then same time, another Sangha members have to design them to memorize Majjhima, middle length Majjhima Bhanaka. Like that, well organized, preserve the teaching of Buddha, they did that way. Of course, some people think how we can memorize. Yes, I happen to know some of Sangha members in Myanmar, Burma. Even today, they memorize these suttas. One of monk friend of mine, Kesala, he is the person known as Digha Banaka. He can memorize all of Digha Nikaya, all of suttas. That's the way they still they do, even though we recorded the Buddha's teaching. Then the second council, little bit difference, because Kalasoka king's time, after 100 years later, had some difficult time. Because the Sangha divided to two parts, called Mahasangika and Theravada. Because of the reason is some Sangha members came from north, in other words, like Kashmir, Gandhara, today is called Afghanistan, Pakistan, those areas. Those Sangha members have to face a lot of difficulties because due to the geographical situation, weather condition, cold weather. They have to sum up rules and regulations they want to change. Therefore, they asked to change some Vinaya rule to change. The Orthodox Sangha members who are living in India, like Buddhagaya, Sarnath, those India, they didn't like it to change. They said, okay, we want to preserve, keep Vinaya rule as it is. We don't want to change even one word. However, you can practice whatever you can do. That's the way they did. As a result, we started a divide to Sangha members, two groups. Then the Mahasangika, those Sangha members, instead of using the Pali, of course that time in India, main language was Sanskrit. They used the Sanskrit. They not only memorized, they wrote in Sanskrit language Tripitaka called they call Agama, Diga Agama, Majjhima Agama, Samyutta Agama, Buddha Agama. We call Nikaya, they call Agama. Then after couple of, in other words, Buddha's Parinibbana, after 300 years later, in India, we had a very great king named Emperor Asoka, Dharma Asoka. His time had a tremendous trouble for Sasana. Monks divide 18 sections, Nikayas, denominations. So he wanted to, some of them they independent, their way, they explain the Buddha's teaching and so forth, that had happened. So Moggali Putta Tissa Mahathera, Arahat Moggali Putta Tissa, advised to the king to have another Sangha council in this called Third Sangha Council. In that Sangha Council, mostly emphasizes the Dhamma than Vinaya. Also organized how to promote, propagate and teach in the Buddha's teachings sent to the whole world. That time they sent a messenger to his one of edicts, he says Chola, Pada, Kerala, Satyaputto, like that. They sent to Venerable, his own son, Venerable Mahinda to Sri Lanka. Other part of the world also sending some monk, Madhya Pradesh, and many part of the world they sent. Some record says 18 different Dhamma messengers sent, some missionaries sent, some of they are saying 13 different mercenaries sent to different part of the world. However, that was a very greatest thing had happened. As a result, Buddha's teaching, in Sri Lanka we got Buddha's teaching. Venerable Mahinda also, not only himself, with another 5 Sangha members, went to Sri Lanka, later on joined his sister Sanghamita, brought the Bhikkhuni ordination also. They also introduced this teaching of Buddha by heart. Then early Sri Lanka Sangha members also by heart memorized this Tripitaka. Unfortunately, BC 1st century, when Valagamba, king of the Valagamba, Vattagamini Abhay, he called, his time had a tremendous difficult time, and a kind of a foreign invader, Indian invader came and had a war. So Sangha members could not, they thought that they may not able to continue to do memorize. Therefore, they thought this is the best thing to do, record and writing, put in the writing. Therefore, they went to the Makale, very famous cave. In the first time in the history, history committed to write the whole Tripitaka in Sri Lanka, in Pali language. After that, our earliest Sangha members in Sri Lanka introduced this Tripitaka to Thailand, Burma, Cambodia, Laos, those countries with language. All of we have the same alphabet. Different way we pronounce, but same alphabet. A, E, I, U, like that. Therefore, this was a very interesting way to preserve the teaching of the Buddha. Then what are these Tripitaka? You see here this book, how our venerable Sangha members work so hard. This I give example. Like that's a many book. Those monks stay in the temple, writing these books, keep their own temples, and we can even go to Sri Lanka. Thousand and thousand books you can see. Early time they wrote. This actually can preserve, even some of them are 1,000 years can preserve. This aura leaves the writing. In nothing happened, they can preserve very well. Of course, today we printed every part of the world we can see. Later on, we got an opportunity when the British invaded Sri Lanka. Some of scholars, British scholars like Oldenburg, Rhys Davids, later on Madame Honor, those very learned British people learn Pali. After that, they translate in English language to this Tripitaka. Therefore, PTS Pali Textbook Society, we can see those teaching. Then, fortunately, some of our American monks went to Sri Lanka, went to a very well-known monk today called Bhikkhu Bodhi. Venerable Anandamayi, he went to Sri Lanka, became a monk under the Venerable Ananda Maitreya. He translated summer books. This is today we're going to chant, we selected this year, this called Sangyutta Nikaya, both of them, this book, two books, only Sangyutta Nikaya. He translated middle length also, Majjhima Nikaya, also Sutta Nipata. Those are the things he translated to English. That's the greatest translation. I really admire, happy with the translations. Therefore, now I little bit have to explain what are the Tripitaka books are. Then the Vinaya Pitaka, I do not have much time, therefore a very little explanation I'm going to give to you. Vinaya Pitaka mainly deals with the rules and regulation of the order of the monks and nuns. This Vinaya Pitaka has 5 following books. Parajika Pali, we call major offences, Pachitya Pali, minor offences, Mahavagga Pali, greater sections, Chulavagga Pali, small sections, Parivara Pali, etymony of the Vinaya. Those are the 5 divisions we do have. Of course, anyone interested, even you can go to internet, find out what are those things. Then Sutta Pitaka has 5 divisions called Digha Nikaya, collection of the long discourses, Majjhima Nikaya, collection of the middle length discourses, and Sangyutta Nikaya, collection of the hindrance saying, Anguttara Nikaya, collection of the discourses arranged in the according to with numbers, Khuddaka Nikaya, small collections. Those are the Nikaya. Of course, again, the Khuddaka Nikaya going to be again explaining 15 books differently. Khuddaka Pata, Dhammapada, Udana, Iti Uttaka, Sangyutta Nikaya, Sutta Nipata, Vimana Vattu, Peta Vattu, Theragata, Therigata, Jataka, Nidana, Patisampitana, Apadana, Buddhavansa, Charyapitaka, like that, 14 parts. So I don't have a time to explain. In the Abhidhamma Pitaka, some people think Abhidhamma in the first council did not do, second council not. How come Abhidhamma Pitaka? Because there are some of our belief, Venerable Mahakassapa himself, Abhidhamma Pitaka composed. However, in Sutta Pitaka, there are some sutta, Samgita Sutta, Lasuttara Sutta, like that, many suttas we can find Abhidhamma's resources very well, explaining fundamental doctrines very well. There we can Samgita Sutta like that. So, therefore, we do not have to think this is not Buddha's name. Of course, it is Buddha's teaching. Different between here something happened, but it's the different. The Sutta Pitaka on the open find reference to individual being. Abhidhamma mostly explaining what is called much with the ultimate truth. This is a very interesting thing we have to understand. Even Mahayana, very famous Nagarjuna, Venerable Nagarjuna expresses very well this situation. Because some people think without studying Sutta Pitaka, they want to study Abhidhamma, be expert, that's nothing wrong. However, without learning Sutta Pitaka, if you go to Abhidhamma Pitaka, you are going sometime wrong path. Without learning Sutta Pitaka, if you go to the learning alone Vinaya Pitaka, you may go into wrong path too. Therefore, some way at least you have to knowledge of the Sutta Pitaka to learn other Vinaya and Abhidhamma. Venerable Nagarjuna say, this is the way he says, Dve Satye Paramasutya Buddhanang Dharma Desana Loka Sammuti Satchancha Paramartata Vivahara Manasutya Paramarto Nadeshate Paramartha Managamya Nirvana Nadigamyate. It means De Satye Paramasutya Buddhanam Dharma Desana. The Buddha's teaching two type way. What is Buddhanam Dharma Loka Sammuti Satchancha Paramartata. First, worldly condition Buddha explained. Then, Paramartata. Then, ultimate truth. Without in worldly condition, you may not be able to understand ultimate truth. Without ultimate truth, you may not understand Nirvana. Therefore, these are equally we have to learn. So, therefore, I do not going to explain much about this thing because time is very limited. Today is what we have to our temple. In the few years ago, we taught Majjhima Nikaya all of suttas in the rainy season. And after that, another rainy season, we selected almost 100 Jataka parables we taught to our friends. This time we thought that we better to get selections from Sangyutta Nikaya. Because Sangyutta Nikaya, the third division of the Sutta Pitaka, contain 2,889 suttas. 2,889 suttas in these books. We may not have time to explain all of them. However, we are going to get at least 90 to 94 suttas going to teach this time. In our temple, these Venerable Sangha members who are here, each day going to teach this Dhamma to you. Therefore, if you have time, I strongly recommend, if you can, buy Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi's this discourse of the connected discourse of the Buddha, these two books, great. Otherwise, even you go to internet, find out and read. This is a very remarkable book. This has so many way divide this one. We have here into this one has a 5 section Vaggas. Each Vaggas is further divided into Sangyutta, each of the which in turn containers of group of the suttas on the related to different topic. Therefore, this is all of we do not cannot teach. We're going to start from this first book, Sangyutta Nikaya, and called Devata Sangyutta, we're going to start. So therefore, in the today, there is um, July 6 in the person who going to sponsors Mrs. Pushpalata Gunasekara. She wants to share these meritorious deeds with departed relatives. Same time, with her join her children, Mrs. Indra Gunasekara, Mr. Rahul Gunasekara, Mr. Varuna Gunasekara, then daughter-in-law Ishendra Fernando. These people joined with her and be a sponsor today's sermon. So let us listen to the Dhamma talk right now. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I think I have to traditional way to invite deity to listen to the Dhamma course. So then the Devata, we call Devata Radhana. Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajasa Sunantu Saggamukadam Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta. Aditya Suttam Evam me suttam ekam samayam bhagava Savattiyam viharati jetavani Anatha pindikassa arami Atako anyatara devata Abhikantaya Rattiya Abhikantavanna Kevala Kappam Jetavanam Obhasetva Yena Bhagavate Upasankamitva Bhagavantam Abhivadetva Ekamantam Attasi Ekamantam Titakhosa Devata Bhagavato Santike Imangatayo Abhasi Adistasmin Agarasmin yang niharati bhajanam Tang tassa hoti attaya noca yang tat daihati Eva madipito loko jaraya maranena-ca nihare teva danena sunihataṃ dinnaṃ sukha palam hoti nādinnaṃ hoti taṃ tatthā chorā haranti rājāno agidahati nassati ata anantena jahati sariraṃ saparigahaṃ etadaññāya medhāvī buñjheta ca dadheca ca datvāca buddhvāca yathānubhavaṃ anindito sagga mupeti thananti. Dear friend, this is a very small sutta but has a very good message. What is this sutta saying? Thus have I heard. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at the Savatthi in Jeta's grove, Anathapindika's park. Then, when the night had advanced, a certain Devata standing nobly illumination the entire Jetavana grove, approached the Blessed One and paid homage to the Blessed One. Standing to one side, the Devata recite the verses. When one's house is burned, he vessel taken out is the one that is useful, not the one left burning inside. So when the world is burning with the fires of the again and death, one should take out one's wealth by giving. What is giving is well. What is giving yields pleasant fruit, but not so worth is not given. These are taking it away, or things it get burning by the fire, or it's lost. In other words, this sutta Devata saying to the Buddha, Venerable Sir, there's a house, it got a fire. Then the owner, whatever valuable one of things took and went out, ran away. He did not get anything burning one. Similarly, this world is a burning place, because the death, people are get sick, people are get unhappy, people are getting old age, decay and death. Therefore, they have to do something for next life. For that, he said, Devata says, we have to share things, we have to give away things, we have to give a dana. And also, if you collecting money, he says, if you collecting money or property or anything, maybe the tax department or the kings or take over there. If we put in the money in the bank, collecting money, if we do not do any social and welfare activities, same time you not eat or take in yourself, when you are when we die, those money go to the maybe treasurer, bank or someone else taking. Therefore, Devata mentioning us to don't be neglect, don't be stingy, do some kind of services to the world as well as yourself. You know, another sutta expresses this one very well, same way. They are say there are, as a human being, they have a 4 type of wealth called Thāvara Nidāna, Jangama Nidāna, Angasama Nidāna, Anugamika Nidāna. What are these 4 things in Anguttara Nikaya explained? Thāvara Nidāna, of course, all of we need to leave a place. It is called maybe house. Everybody needs a house to live, or property, land or something. Nothing wrong to have. Everybody should have. Thāvara Nidāna. Jangama Nidāna, moving thing. Maybe today we can say laptop or iPhone or cars. Whatever moving items, even we can say even the lay people who have children also, we can see moving, they are also Jangama Nidāna. Those also very important, should have. Other one called Angasama Nidāna. Anga means our body. Angasama Nidāna means our education. When you learn, if you go to any part of the world, you can use your knowledge and wisdom and you can get a good job. Also, you can survive without any problems and difficulties. Therefore, the education also very important. It's also type of the wealth. Finally, say Anugamika Nidāna. That's the most important thing. This is Devata also explaining that one. Wherever you go, like your shadow goes what? Whatever you did, a good or bad. When you die, next life, when we going to get a birth, you get that support, this whole some good deeds help you to get a good place to get a birth. If you did a wrong thing, you get a bad place to get a birth. Therefore, this Devata again explaining as that sutta explaining, even though we have a house or property, when we die, we never take this property or house. Even though we do have a very expensive vehicle like maybe Rolls-Royce car or Mercedes-Benz or whatever, we have expensive things, we don't take when we die those things with us. Even though we have a very higher ranking education, maybe MA, PhD, DLit and so forth, many degrees, many certificates, in none of them we are not taking with us. What we take in with us, only thing is whatever we did a good or bad thing, those other things. That is the emphasizes this deity. By the way, this Sutta Palavin in the Mahayana, the Lotus Sutta also explaining similar stories. They are saying the burning house, very rich person, and his children with the children did not know anything outside the world. They are very rich and staying in the palace and playing on that day, playing some game together with father. Immediately got a fire. Father knew these children cannot get outside. What he did? Say, hey, they are outside. There are the 3 carts, the 3 carts with toys and many things, and let us go, and took those children out. In other words, saying there are 3, they call 3 vehicles, and like a Mahayana, Theravada, Vajrayana. Either way, we can go get enlightenment, that's the way they are saying. This is therefore this time, as my friends, we have to learn through this sutta. Of course, we have to survive, we have to live, we have to not to harm to ourselves, not to harm to others. Same time, whatever we have, we must share. It is a good thing. That's the thing when we die, we take. Thank you so much. Then tomorrow, going to give a Dhamma talk, Venerable Gonadeni Panyaratana Mahatera. By the way, I have to explain in Sinhalese too. I'm so sorry I have to do that. Pinwatni, me Aditya Sutraya Sangyutta Nikaye Devata Sangyuttake Thina Sutra. Me Sutren Kiane Geginigat Velave Yam Bhajanyak බැහැර කෙරේද එය ඔහුට ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙනවා. යමක් එහි දැවේද එය දැවිච්ච දේ අරගෙන ගියාට වැඩක් නැහැ. නොදැවිච්ච දේ අරගෙන යෑමයි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම මේ ලෝකෙහි ජරාවෙන් මරණයෙන් ඇවිල ගන්න ලද මේ ජීවිතය අපිට මිදෙන්නන් තියෙන්නේ දානෙන් බැහැර කරන්නේය. දෙන ලද්ද මැනවින්ම බැහැරට ගත්ත දෙයක් කියලා ගෙයින් එළියට ගත්ත භාජනය වගේ අපි යමක් දුන්නොත් දීමේ ප්‍රතිඵලය වශයෙන් අපට මෙලවත් සතුට වෙනවා, පරලොවත් සතුට වෙනවා කියලා. ඒ නිසා මෙතෙන්දී කියන දෙන ලද සුවඵල ඇත්තේ වේ, නොදෙන ලද එය නොවේ. ඒ නොදෙන දේ සමහරට අපි බැංකුවේ සල්ලි දාලා තිබ්බා ගොඩාක් අපි කන්නේ බොන්නේ නැතුව අනුන්ට නොදී සමහරම මන් දන්නයි නොහෙම මැල්ල ගියන් පස්සේ සමහරට බැංකුවටත් අයිති වෙනවා, සමහරට නෑදෑ පොල්හල කර කර ගන්න බවත් මට අහන්න ලැබිලා තියෙනවා, දකින්න ලැබිලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා අපි එකතු කරන්නට ඕන, ණය වෙන්නට හොඳ නෑ. හැබැයි ඒ වගේම අපි සතුටෙන් කාලා බීලා අධ්‍යාපනය කරලා ළමයින්ට උගන්වලා කලන යුතුයකම් සියල්ල කරන ගමන් දාන ආදී පින්කනුත් කරන්නට ඕන. ඊට අමතරව මම මෙතනදි විස්තර කළේ අර තව සූත්‍රයක් තියෙනවා උත්තර නිකායේදී කියනවා තාවර නිදාන, යංගම නිදාන, අංග සම නිදාන, අනුගාමික නිදාන කියන නිදාන 4ක් ගැන. නිදානය කියන එකක් කවුරුත් දන්නවනේ. ඒ තාවර කියලා කියන්නේ ස්ථිර දෙයක්. ස්ථිර කියලා කියන්නේ ගයක්, වත්තක්, ගයක්. ඒවා තියෙන ඕනෑම තවසෙන් මිලි කියනකොට ඒ වගේ හම්බුගෙන උනා ගින්න තරක් තියෙන්න එපා නේද? ඒ ස්ථිර ඉන්න තැනක් අපට ගයක් තියෙන්නට ඕන. ඊළඟට ජංගම නිදානම කියලා කියන්නේ ජංගම කියන්නේ ගමන් කරනවානේ එහාට මෙහාට. ඉතින් අද නයි හැටියට කාර් එකක්, ඊළඟට ෆෝන් එකක්, ඊළඟ ලැප්ටොප් එකක් වගේ දේවල් එහාට මෙහාට ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම එදා අදත් ඒ වගේමයි එදත් එහෙමයි දරුවන් වගේ අය. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒක නිදානයක්. හොඳ දරුවෙක් කියනකොට ලොකු වස්තුවක්. ඒ වගේම මේවත් අපට අවශ්‍ය දෙයක්, ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙන දෙයක්. ඊළඟ අංග සමන්දාන කියන අංග කියන්නේ මේ ශරීරයේ කොටසක් වගේ. මොකද්ද? අධ්‍යාපනය. ඔයත් වද මේ රටේ ලොකු තැන් වල ඉන්නේ. මොකද ලංකාවේදී හොඳ නිදහස් අධ්‍යාපනය ලැබලා හොඳ තැනකට ඇවිල්ලා හොඳ උපාධි කරලා දොස්තරලා වුණා, ඉංජිනේරුවරු වුණා, උපාධි කළා. ඒ වගේ ඇවිල්ලා මේ රටේ යම් තැනකට එන්න පුළුවන්කම ලැබුණේ අධ්‍යාපනය නිසානේ. ඒක හරියට ශරීරයේ කොටසක් වගේ. ඒකත් ඉතාම වැදගත්. ඊළඟට අනුගාමික නිදාන කියලා තියෙන්නේ තමන් අනුගමනය කරනවා කියන එක. අනුගමනය කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ හරියට හෙවණැල්ල පස්සේ යනවා වගේ. අපි මරුණන් පස්සේදී අපිත් එක්ක යන්නේ අන්නේ අනුගාමික විතරයි. ඒ මොකද අපි පින් කරොත් ඒ පින, පව් කරොත් පව්. අපි ගේ තුනට ගේ අරගෙන යන්නේ නැහැ, වත තුනට වත් අරගෙන යන්නේ නැහැ, බැංකුවේ සල්ලි තුනට බැංකුවේ සල්ලි අරගෙන යන්නේ නැහැ මරුණන් පස්සේ. දරුවන් එක්ක යන්නෙත් නැහැ, කාර් එක ගෙනියන්නෙත් නැහැ, ෆෝන් එක ගෙනියන්නෙත් නැහැ, ලැප්ටොප් එක ගෙනියන්නෙත් නැහැ. ඒ වගේම අධ්‍යාපන MA PhD DLiT වල කොහොම සහතික අපි ඔෆිස් එකේ ගහගෙන එහෙම තුනට ඒව ගෙදර ගහගෙන තුනට පන්තිලි ගහගෙන තුනට ඒ සහතික අරගෙනත් අපි යන්නේ නැහැ. එකම දේ අපි ගෙනියන දේ මොකද්ද? අපි කරපු පින හෝ පව පමණයි. ඒ නිසා මේ වෙලාවේදී මේ සූත්‍රය ඊටම වැදගත් සූත්‍රයක්. මේ සූත්‍රේ කුඩා සූත්‍රයක් වුණාට දෙන පණිවිඩය තමයි අපි ලැබෙන දේ අනිත් අයත් එක්ක බෙදා හදාගෙන කන්නට ඕන, ෂෙයා කරගන්නට ඕන කියන එකයි කියන්නේ. නිසා මීට වඩා මම අද කාලය ගන්නේ නැහැ. ධර්මය ඇසූ ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම ඉතාම හොඳ වාසනාවන්ත කාලයක් වේවා. Thank you so much, Mrs. Pushpalata, Mrs. Pushpalata Gunasekara. You want to share this meditorial departed your relatives, of course, your husband, I happen to know he's a very wonderful, greatest, learned professor, Dr. Gunasekara, as well as other relatives. Join with you your 2 sons and a daughter, as well as a daughter-in-law join with you. So therefore these meditorial deeds to share with you. You may have a wonderful, happy, successful life. All of your wishes come through by the power of the Buddha and Dhamma. May have a very, very successful life. Same time, your wishes to attain a Nibbana. So have that life for you. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahitika punyantang anumoditta chiran rakkantu lokasasanang. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahitika punyantang anumoditta chiran rakkantu desanang. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahitika punyantang anumoditta chiran rakkantu mang parang.